Hello, everyone. What's up? Ah, oh, how's it going, guys? Coffee's here. Mm, that's good. Somebody gave me hazelnut flavored coffee beans for Christmas, so I gotta grind them myself, right? So I'm grinding them up. It takes a little bit extra time. What's going on, everyone? Howdy, Dev. How have things been? Terrible. What's going on, everyone? See, this isn't an early sip. This is exactly when the sip's supposed to be. Oh, $5 from Zontar. Thank you, man. Been a good weekend watching the Daytona 24 Hours on one of my monitors right now, and last night I installed Ubuntu on my old Acer Aspire 1 to tinker with. Oh, awesome, dude. How's Dave and Dom? Asks Big Dro. There's not much I can talk about. Things are slightly better than when Dave made that post, but still not good. Um, Also to point out, like, this thing has been happening now for several weeks. Dave just didn't want to talk about it until he made the post. What was it, last Monday or something? But it's been going on for a while. Murglers, the Ruby Ridge stream. Trump renamed the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Did he actually do that? Like, did he sign an executive order, or is this just all memes? Is it all memes? $5 from Tara Shavenko. Dev, start off with 30-second negatives and positives for Trump's first week. I guess we could. I know that, like, Trump says he wants to bring back, like, a colorblind meritocracy, and they've been taking steps towards that vision. I agree with that. If he actually managed to do it, I'd be okay with this. However, I don't think he'll do it. But if he does, then that'd be good. Negatives though, oh my god, like there's I understand everyone's like rounding up and deporting illegals. Okay, fair enough. Like I also do think that, like, just truly illegal immigrants should be deported as well. However, um, the issue is that, like, several of these goals of Trump's are not in alignment with one another, right? Because people are saying, like, we want the prices to come down. Biden inflation bad. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Prices have gone up. I understand. Um, but once the illegals go back, in the short term, you will have a massive price increase. And the reason why is because you have less labor. Now, eventually things will work out, hopefully. But right now, you're going to see prices go up. Like, I've already seen, like, like news reports from, like, farms where it's like we like no one's showing up to work because I guess they were all illegals, right? No one's showing up to work, and so all the crops are just going to die on the vine. Like, yeah, we can hire new local workers, but we're not going to get them in here fast enough to actually pick all this food. So you know what happens? Well, price of food goes up. I've heard similar stories in construction. All right, so yeah, deporting illegals is good, but there will be a negative effect of that, and that will be price increases. And if you wanted prices to go down, you're not getting that shit. Same with Trump's tariffs, right? Trump's tariffs will drive prices up. You know, you have to hope that the long-term positive things you want from these policies will eventually come into play. But right now, all you're getting is price increases. Fuck, what else? Yeah, the bird flu shit, right? Trump told his Trump told his what was it, Department of Health or whatever, to stop reporting information, even though there's a bird flu outbreak in Georgia that is causing an increase in the price of eggs and chicken. And it's just like, guys, all of these things are going to make inflation worse. All of them are going to make inflation worse. How come YouTube's not kicking in? I can see the YouTube chat, but it's not appearing on screen. Come on, YouTube. Oversized trash pan at $5. The super chat is earmarked for Dave. Please distribute it accordingly. I'm going to break into your house. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey Dev, can you turn up your mic? It's fucking max, dude. Like, okay. How about if I just like, dude, I'm really close to it right now, and it's fucking maxed. Like it's turned up to the max. I have a preamp on it. Like, okay, hold on. I'll try turning it up again. Fucking dude, I hate. I should have gotten a different mic, to be honest. I should have gotten a different mic. Maybe I will. Sound. Okay, speakers, properties. Let's see. Not speakers, recording devices, properties. What am I doing? Oh my god. This turned down quite a bit. Here, how about now? How do I sound now? Is that too loud? Hello? Ooh, it is louder. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Fable just joined the $5 club. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hold on. Colton Wright says, I don't think that counts as a negative, Dev. The short-term consequences in the grand scheme doesn't exactly negate the benefits of the long term, so not a Trump L. Okay. Did you ever apply that to any of Biden's wins, though? Like, Biden did a whole bunch of things that were short-term negative, long-term positive. But everyone was like, no, Biden's evil. Wait, Sitch has my back. Wait, what does Sitch have my back with? Yeah, YouTube chat just came in. Hello. Carl is just a grifter right now because he thinks atheists are stupid for asking for proof of God. What? Do you say that? Name one. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So everyone talks about the Biden inflation, you know, the all the stimulus, right? However, the stimulus has in fact had long-term benefits. However, it had the short-term benefit of a whole bunch of inflation right at the start. And you know what? We're starting to see the long-term benefits come into play right now. Biden's CHIPS Act and Biosecure were good and should be kept on going forward. Yeah, I agree with that. Wait, did Sitch talk about my controversies? When did you talk about those? Any brief thoughts on the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal? Positive, negative, over, underwhelming? Exactly what I thought it would be. More powerful, bigger screen. You know, it was slightly improved controllers. They weren't going to change things too much. But Terrace, it looks pretty good. I'm going to soy out and get 100%. Absolutely. Hold on. Wait. Grega Johnson, 1985. Benefits like $7 bag of chips. You didn't just listen. You just didn't listen to what I said, did you? You didn't listen. I said it came with inflation in the short term. And then afterwards, there was going to be long-term benefits. Of course there would be. Like, all investment in the economy is going to have long-term benefits. Yes. When I was on the show last time. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't even think we talked about my stuff for my controversies then. No, I'm checking your thinking, Colton Wright. What I'm saying is if you take the stance with Trump, well, there's going to be short-term growing pains with these policies, but it's going to long-term give us something that we want. And then you didn't take that stance with Biden, well, then you are just a hypocrite. However, if you did take that stance equally, then there's no problem. So I was just checking your thinking. I'm pretty sure inflation's done at this point, isn't it? Let's see. What is the current one? Current U.S. inflation rate. It's currently 2.9 December 2024. It was 9.1 in summer of 2022. Okay, yeah. Dev, stop with the alerts. I'm here already. Wait, are there more alerts? Oh. Uh-oh, did the stream die? Huh? It's good on my end. Fully dead. Uh-oh. It all looks good on my end, man. I should tell you what's going on. Dev, I want your children. I think both Biden and Trump's opposition to the purchase of U.S. steel by Nippon Steel betrays a willingness to sacrifice economic prosperity for the sake of optics. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know the details of the steel situation, though. I couldn't tell you. And oh my god, is if prices don't deflate, it's long-term pain, not long-term good. No, deflation's bad. Deflation's actually bad. You basically want prices to be exactly where they are right now. Maybe a slight bit of inflation to promote investment, but you don't want deflation. No, you don't want prices to go back down. So long-term pain is good. No, no, deflation is more pain. Can I expand on that? Okay, so with deflation, so inflation is basically when prices go up, right? Actually, maybe I can show you something. Hold on. Medicare was happy with the Nintendo announcement? Oh, that's great. Awesome. Give me a second here. Maybe I can show you something. Da-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Do-ba-dee-be-doo. Do-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Give me a second, bros. Do-ba-da-ba-dee-ba-da-ba-dee-ba-ba. Do-da-ba-ba-dee-ba-da-ba-dee-ba-ba. Huh? Huh. Okay. Just give me a second. I'll be along momentarily. Okay. So here. This is price changes from January 2000 to June 2022. Okay. So overall inflation from January 2000 to June 2022 was 74.4% over the course of those 22 years. Right. And red is basically stuff that has really gone up. Then blue is stuff that has not. So more affordable versus more expensive. Okay. So for example, like TVs for the same quality product, way more cheap. Toys, same. Computer software, same. Cell phone services, clothing, household furnishings, new cars. They're all kind of more affordable, right? And then more expensive, we have hospital services, way too much. College tuition and fees, college textbooks. These three are huge. So like if you're not going to college and you keep yourself healthy, three major sources of price increases are off the table already, right? Medical care services, child care, average hourly wages have gone up by this much as well. So like you might think of that as, oh, that's me getting more money, and yeah, but like it's also a cost. Right? It's a cost for a business, so it is still the price of hourly labor has gone up. Food and beverages and housing are here, right? So these things are all above the average amount of inflation, and these things are all below the average amount of inflation. Okay, and some of them are even like less. Some of these things are deflating. Like TVs are massively deflating. They're below the 0% line. So what this basically tells me is that like inflation is literally just price changes, like inflation and deflation, right? So when things get more expensive, that's inflation. When things get more unexpensive, or I guess less expensive, that's deflation. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of different things that can make something more or less expensive, right? And some of that is going to be like supply chain disruptions. Some of that is going to be like running out of the product itself, like it doesn't exist anymore. Some of that is going to be like a demand crash, or people just don't want to buy it anymore. or no, sorry, like a demand spike, way too many people want to buy it, that'll change. That'll make prices go up. Um, some of it will be money printing. Just because when you print money, you devalue every previous dollar that have been printed. So money printing can cause inflation as well. Um, there's a whole bunch of different things that can cause prices to go up and down. No. Is that Lulian? It's about the value. It's about the value of a dollar decreasing rather than prices increasing. No. Dollars themselves have no value other than what you can other than what you can trade them for. So when prices increase, your dollar buys less stuff. Therefore, the dollar value has decreased. You don't arbitrarily increase or decrease like dollar values just by waving a wand. So basically, if you have inflation, what that means is that tomorrow your money will be worth less than today, so you should spend it today, right? And that sucks for savers, for sure. That sucks for savers. However, it's good for investment. So like if I have a whole bunch of money and I could sit on it and it'll just get less and less valuable over time, or I could go and buy like a business or build a business, or I could buy buildings. So I could buy property. I could spend that money, and now that I own this asset, the asset will appreciate in value in a way that the money won't. And so in this way, you're actually incentivizing investment back into your system, because if you have a company that's growing and needs money to grow, you can invest in that company. You can buy stock in it, so you're investing. The company then takes the money and uses it to grow. So the money that you have invested goes to the company. The company will buy new equipment. They'll hire new workers. They'll be able to expand. They'll provide more products. And so in this way, inflation actually tends to help things as long as there's not too much of it, right? It has to. You can't have runaway inflation. However, you can have like 1 to 2. You want to have like 1 to 2% inflation. That is the goal. Okay. Um. However, if you're deflating, all right, that's good for savers because now you're saving up money, and you know what? Your money's gonna be worth more tomorrow than it is today. So that's great. You're saving money up. You're putting it away in your bank account or like under your mattress or whatever. And it's like that's awesome because the money that you're saving, you can buy more stuff with it down the line than you can right now. However, it's really bad for people who are spending money right now. Okay. And then you fall into a deflationary spiral. And what happens in a deflationary spiral is, okay, let's say that your money's deflating. So there are still certain things you're going to buy right now. You're still going to pay rent. Um, you're still going to pay rent. You're still going to, buy food. You're still going to buy essentials, right? But if you're thinking of like buying anything that is a luxury good, like a TV or a computer or whatever, why would you buy it now? Why not buy it in 6 months when deflation has happened and prices are down again? Because you'll get more bang for your buck, right? So why would you buy that GPU right now? Why would you buy that TV, that computer, that video game right now? Why not just wait? So what happens is everyone starts buying less stuff aside from the bare minimum. And so if everyone's buying less stuff, you know what happens? The people who make all that stuff, they have less sales, those companies. And those companies say, well, shit, we have less sales, we have less income. I guess we got to start laying people off. So they start laying people off. So now people are out of jobs. And when you're out of a job, it's like, oh shit, I have less money. I guess I got to spend less because now I have less money because there's no money coming into the house. So people start spending even less. And so if people are spending less, now you have companies making even less money. So they have to lay off even more people, and it turns into a spiral. And so you have a deflationary spiral where if you have deflation, you will have like basically a spiral of unemployment as companies can no longer afford to employ people. So people who say like, oh shit, prices haven't gone back down yet, things are still terrible. No. If prices go back down, you will see mass layoffs. All right. The system has to adjust to where we are right now, or else um we'll basically be fucked. And that is the situation, my friends. Give me a second, I gotta fix this. What happened here? How did this fuck up? Okay, that's good enough. Oh, you guys all complaining about like here? I'm looking at Restream. Everything's working. Everything's working. Twitch is working. It says it's streaming. YouTube's working. They all seem to be working. Are you guys all saying that it's not working? Hold on. Is Twitch dead again? Not on my end. Seriously. Okay. On Restream's panel, it says Twitch is streaming. Lawson Harrison, you have been selected to apply for my new content creator, as my last one may be done for. This is an internship with potential for gifted subs and super chats. Please provide an email address to receive a brief questionnaire. I think that was a joke. I don't know if you guys had to ban him. I think it was a joke. But thank you for the $20. I appreciate it. Thank you. Terrace, $5. Investing is the transfer of liquidity to those most willing to spend it. Yeah, but that's good though. My Corona Soul, $5. My current wage would have had me living like a king 20 years ago. Now I feel like I'm earning below minimum wage with what I can afford. I understand, Terrace, $10. I'm noticing a distinct correlation between price inflation and goods services that are properly determined as something people have a right to. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, man. Jordan, $5. Wrong, because things can't just keep getting more expensive forever. If not deflation, then wages need to increase. Give Dave a hug, please. Well, no, wages also do increase, all right? And it's funny because like you can actually look up like graphs of wages and they're still increasing. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that things aren't bad. Like right now, housing's really fucking bad. But like, things aren't. I think people are too doomer about a lot of this stuff, to be honest. Nicholas Gamer, $5. The details of the steel crisis that the president is playing a steel ball run across America on horseback. Oh, Jesus, that's wild. And then Major Pork Wally, the best inflation, Sonic Inflation. Thanks for joining the D Club, dude. Want to make and sell candles on Etsy or something? Oh, that might work out. Yeah. Hold on. Are you still a minor? Abhishek, are you 18 yet? Oh yeah. So the problem with housing is that housing is being treated as an investment vehicle right now and not as a not as a place to live. That's a problem, right? Because now you have larger companies buying up a whole bunch of houses and trying to rent them out rather than people being able to buy the houses themselves, and the companies can afford to pay more than them. Like I get it. It's a problem. It's a problem that we'll probably fix at some point. I have every confidence that we'll be able to fix this. However, um, however, I think this idea that the economy is absolutely and totally like irreversibly fucked is I don't know. I think it's just cope. I'm asking if he's still a minor because minors aren't allowed in the Discord, dude. Fuck. Housing is good in Austin, Texas, where the building is actually keeping pace with demand. Rents are down. I saw that too. Yeah, like I saw a rent chart in Texas, and rents are actually down because they're building more houses. Yeah, like listen, build more houses, build more apartment buildings, deal with it. That's how it is. I have not been following the Axel Ruda Cubana story. Apparently Sargon's posting a lot about it, but I haven't seen anything. I don't know what's going on there. The cities that have managed the housing crisis the best are those that have reduced zoning laws and built more housing. Guess where I don't live? Yeah, I know what you mean. So is this the great Ruby Ridge denier that you two's been telling me about? The actual truth is, I don't give a shit about Ruby Ridge. It happened what 40 fucking years ago. It's not relevant anymore. It's not politically like it's not part of any modern politics. It's just like a historical event at this point. Um, Nobody wants to hear about my ideas on how to fix housing. That's because you live in my walls. Thanks, man. You or Twitch is having some problem for sure. Yeah, but like restream is Twitch up? Yes, it is. Every time I check the panel, everything's streaming fine. I don't know where the problem is. I don't know if the problem is Twitch or what. But I don't know, man. Like I don't fucking know. I don't know, dude. Seems like Twitch is the problem, not me. Mr. Bruss says respond to aiding in due time. In due time. Atheist calling for proof of God, and Sargon has an opinion on it. I mean, if God's actually an all-powerful being, he can actually just circumvent all proof anyway. So like, it's a dumb conversation. Milligamer, not relevant anymore? Gotcha, clip, baby. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Fuck off. Yeah, no, I don't. You know what? I don't give a shit about like controversies from the late '80s, early '90s, whatever. Not politically relevant anymore. No one gives a fuck. All right. I'm eating a big BBQ chicken sandwich right now. I'm destroying the heck out of it. Nice, nice, based. Interior to Lady Columbia, $10. This is the economic situation where industries people ignored for years come up with solutions they've been tweaking with. Mobile homes now equal the 90s and 2000s homes, and used ones are sub 50K. Nice. How many Twitter moots have wrenches, Dev? To be honest, I lost a lot of Twitter moots, dude. Um, During the election season, and like, so some of them are just like, I fucking hate that guy now. So I guess, all right, you know, fair weather friends, whatever. Some of them are just like, listen, Dev, I cannot live in a pure politics mode anymore. I need to disengage from politics, and your Twitter account is all politics postings. And I was like, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. I think Tina's on that list actually. Um, actually, Tina, she was like I've spoken to her a bunch, and she was just like, listen, man, I'm disengaging from politics. I fucking hate this election cycle. I hate everyone involved, all the sides. I just don't want to be political in public anymore. I'm unfollowing all political accounts. I was like, you know what? Fair enough. I cannot, I cannot, I cannot say that's a bad move. You know, I'm gonna die laughing if someone else recontextualizes this as me calling you out. Maybe, maybe. I need to have like a political and a non-political Twitter. You know, maybe I should like nuke my Twitter account. Even just blow it up. Just blow it up. The Goodman JS, $5. Best way to shut down someone down, make them say ice bank mice elf. I get it. I get it. I get it. um, the Moist Loaf, $5. Is the trucker video going to just become a general election video at this point? No hate, just curious. Thanks for the content as always. No, I will do an actual trucker video, yes, and it is being worked on, yes. Oh man, I'm enjoying the coffee this morning. It's really kind of keeping me alive. We have not seen Sonic 3 yet. We keep wanting to. Listen, the past few like, if you don't know what's going on with my channel, I mean, Dave did a post about it, and it's on Twitter. It's on the channel, community posts. Like we've basically just been busy with IRL, and like I didn't do a video at all this week. I haven't done videos in a few weeks actually. I gotta get one out again. I gotta get like, I've I've had time to work on things, not time to edit things. So it's it's time. It's time. It has not been a month. It has not been a month. Because I put out that that trans video a few weeks ago. Like I think 2 weeks ago or something. Let me see. Let's take a look. Yeah. Genital preferences are transphobic. That video was 15 days ago, so it hasn't been a month. Removing Twitter would be progress. God damn it. God damn it. However, I have noticed that, like, definitely on Twitter, people have become more extreme. People have definitely become more legitimately right wing. Like, I know everyone says the argument of, you know, how come you're so worried about Trump doing crazy shit this time around? Because Trump was already president once and he didn't do anything crazy. It's like, okay, but you guys also complained that the deep state was obstructing Trump the entire way. So, like, he didn't do anything crazy, but he was still nonetheless doing things. The craziest things were in fact stopped by the deep state, and you guys didn't like that. You guys complained that that happened, right? So now we're in 2024, and Trump's behavior has been significantly different than Trump in 2016, and it's been significantly more right-leaning, and there's been a lot more stuff that I don't like this time around. Sonic 3 is based. Also, my condolences for Dave. Thank you very much, dude. Like, okay, Mergler, when did I say the deep state isn't real? Like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, also, the deep state. It depends what you're talking about, right? Like, are you talking about a shadow government that secretly controls the United States? No, that's not real. Are you talking about just like civil service workers that stay in the the just in the underclass of each administration, and they don't change out with each new president? Yeah, those people are real, sure. Delete Twitter full stop. Huh. Unfortunately, I still need it. Or if the crazy stuff leads to positive outcomes. Depends if I think they're positive or not, right? God, TDS flaring back up. Oh. Okay, we are at the point where you got guys who wear like Trump flags as capes, and they wear Trump MAGA hats, and they're like waving around like they got like Trump flags or Trump signs in their hands. They're wearing like a Trump T-shirt. They're buying like Trump NFTs. They're getting rug pulled with Trump fucking crypto, and then they're like, "Oh man, dude, you're criticizing Trump. You got TDS." It's like, what the fuck, dude? We live in like a different fucking reality. I think Musk knew what he was doing with that salute, but I think he was just trolling the left, not a Nazi. Or is coping saying it was a mistake. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Which makes everyone extreme? Yeah, it does. Kyle Harris, TikTok Tuesday over. No, it's not. I was just for IRL reasons. I wasn't around. That's all. Remember when Trump bought superhero NFTs? God, it's so stupid. The fucking like Trump's actually just like a swindler, dude. He's selling like the gold sneakers and shit. He's like Trump branding. I watched you in the Gothic stream. You said between Trump and the living corpse of Biden, you would pick Biden. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. That's not Trump derangement syndrome, though. Because here's the thing, right? Trump derangement syndrome is hating Trump for a whole bunch of superficial reasons, right? However, preferring one candidate over Trump is not Trump derangement syndrome. Twitter, $5. Twitter is home to toxic politics, but this time it's far right wing. You go over on Reddit, it's the opposite, the far left wing, Really? Okay. Okay, is Twitch just shitting itself today? My internet's fine. Is it Restream or Twitch or what? I don't know. You know what? Fuck. Man, nothing ever fucking works, does it? Hey there, Drakus. What's up? Nicholas Gamer. We do live in a different reality. Chris Chan's dimensional merge has happened. You didn't hear about this? That's right. But billions of Burisma bucks isn't swindling. Oh my god, Agorizer. I read the entire court document of Hunter Biden on trial. I saw the entire investigation into his actions, all right? There is no evidence of billions of Burisma bucks, dude. I can confirm Dev's internet is just fine. The zombie crypto miners I have in his machines is working perfectly. Twitch is shitting itself because they banned VTuber hips. That's so stupid, dude. Okay, you have Twitch girls like IRL girls who are fucking naked, right? They're naked on Twitch at this fucking point, and then meanwhile you have VTubers who are getting banned over like nothing. It's so dumb, it's so fucking stupid, dude. Twitch is such a retarded platform. Commandment number 1 for avoiding Trump Drainer syndrome: thou shalt not have any politicians before Trump. I also saw you on the Jaffe Mercante softball field. Everyone in the space mogged it live. I think besides you and one woman, no one else challenged her. Here's the thing, right? There was Wick TV, who's a friend of mine, and he runs like a debate channel. But he's a moderator though, right? It's kind of funny because like Hypnotic called Wick TV a fence sitter, and I'm like, dude, he is a debate moderator. His job specifically is to not take a side. That's his thing. It's like, what the fuck, Hypnotic? But then after that, there was a chick named Shroomish who seemed to be pretty cool, but she seemed quite nervous. She had like a point, but I don't think she was like, no offense to her, I don't think she was prepared to like really get into it. But she did have a point. And then there was me. And the issue with my fucking time is that they spent like they spent half of my time in my call-in talking about something else just with each other. And I'm like, dude, I came here to ask fucking questions. So at the end of my time, I said, hey, listen, we should do this again. It can be on my channel, it can be on Wick's channel, it can be on Alyssa's channel, but let's do this again so we can actually have a real conversation about these things. And they both seem to agree. Both Jaffe and Mercante seem to agree. So I hope that goes through. I know Wick's approached them to like try and figure it out. There's definitely that like a tweet, in fact. Actually, you know what? Here. Let's give me just a fucking moment here, because maybe you guys can help the tweet take off a bit. Okay, I'll post it in the YouTube chat. Everyone who's got Twitter, retweet that shit. Did it go through? Sometimes YouTube is like, you just doesn't like people posting links sometimes, you know? Yeah, click that shit and retweet that shit, dude. But yeah, basically, here it is. Here, I'll zoom in a bit so you guys can see it. Yep. Hey Alyssa, we've talked briefly on Jaffe's channel about the state of the industry and the tension between journos, devs, and gamers. Dev and I would love to have you on sometime to flesh out some of the topics we had time to briefly touch on. My community was at least willing to hear you out. I think it would be a good chance in good faith to have in a good faith setting to have a frank talk. Yeah. No, retweet that shit, dude. Hit it. And the reason why is because, like, okay, no offense to anybody who's like in the anti-woke space or whatever, but a lot of them don't seem to be like politically educated. It sounds bad when I say it. I don't mean it negatively, but like they didn't take like political science classes in university, but I have, right? I have. I understand a whole bunch of leftist political theory in a way that a lot of the culture war gaming podcasters do not understand political theory. So I would like to actually have a real theory conversation with, someone who's very far left, like Alyssa Mercante, because most people don't understand what she's fucking talking about, but I do, right? Like when she, when for example she talks about basically like intersectional systems and etc. Right? These are things that I can actually talk to her about because I did my critical theory classes in university, right? So I would. Everyone says Twitch is kill, but like, dude, okay, I don't know what to do. Restream says it's running. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Like here, I'll just show it to you guys. I'll just fucking show you my back end here, real quick. Like, look, Restream SFO running. Oh my god, it's gonna like. Oh no, it's like it's just gonna it's gonna recursively go in. Okay, YouTube running, Twitch running, Kick running, Rumble running. I don't know what else to do. It's everything. All the lights are green, guys. High Tidge. But anyway, yeah, please retweet that tweet of Wix, okay? Because I do in fact want to have a real political theory conversation with someone who's actually like she appears to me to be like a left-wing anarchist. And I understand anarchist theory. I understand my Proudhon and my Kropotkin. So I do in fact want to have these conversations. It's like I'm not a right winger, but most right wingers have a hard time having real political conversations with left wingers because most right wingers don't focus on politics the way that left wingers do. So I think at the very least I could have a real conversation with real disagreements that aren't just screaming at each other and calling each other names. You know what I mean? Caspian $5. Thank you. There are some who recently get TDS or had it flared up again. Dev isn't one of them. You probably would say Trump did good if he does something good. Yeah. There are a couple things of Trump's that did that I actually did like. Yeah, I looked over a whole bunch of those executive orders, and oh Jesus Christ, there's a lot that I don't like, but there's some things that I do like. Yeah, like I don't think that Trump should be president. I think he should have been disqualified because of 2020, but he is. That's the reality, and I'm not going to say that he didn't do something good when he did something good. Hold on. Well, here's the thing, Carl. Wick is a third party. Wick's whole thing is that he's a debate moderator. That's his thing. Yeah. Okay, Bill Skinner, $10. Let's see. Thank you for this. Is it $30? Thank you very much, dude. But let's talk about what he said here. Inflation. The cause of inflation isn't price changes. Price changes and inflation deflation are a symptom of fiat currency. Increasing the money supply causes inflation and price increases. Decreasing the money supply causes deflation and price decreases. This is just supply demand dynamics around price and money. If you have more money in the system, oh, where's the rest of it? Oh, there it is. Then you'll demand more for a product if supply and demand for that product remain static. Also, give my best to Dave and Dom. Thank you very much, dude. That is like that's part of it. Yes, that's part of it. That's not the whole conversation, but that is part of it. Yeah. However, the things that you're talking about here also mean that like when you cut someone's taxes, you increase inflation because now people have more money in their pockets, right? Because as you say, it's just supply demand of money, right? So if I cut your taxes and you're like, oh shit, dude, I got more money now. Everyone has more money now because all their taxes got cut. So that means there's more money in the system floating around. So cutting taxes actually also causes inflation. You can't do both. You can't do both. If you do debate Alyssa, will you bring up her bogus lawsuit against Smash JT? Probably not. No. I think she has, and I don't blame her for this, by the way, because this is how you should do things when you're dealing with the law. Um, she basically says, I'll only talk to you if you don't bring up my ongoing lawsuit. And I recall, like, Aquila obviously and Sargon did the same thing. When you're going to court, do not talk about your lawsuit. Whether or not you agree with Alyssa's position here, it's the right thing to do, right? Because you want things to play out in court. You don't want to hurt your side of the argument by saying something stupid. You keep your mouth shut. So, even if you don't like Alyssa Mercante, the fact that she says, I will not talk about Smash JT because I have ongoing litigation against him, that is in fact the right thing to do. Yeah. Say that to Destiny. Listen. Okay. Should we talk a little bit about the Destiny drama a little bit? just a bit? So, I've spoken to Destiny maybe 5 times in the last 3 years. Okay? We have a lot of mutual friends, I've spoken to Stardust a whole bunch, and I think you might have lost a lot of friends during this drama. But for up until this drama, Stardust and Destiny were friends, and I'm friends with Stardust. We have mutual friends there. Erudite and Destiny were friends. I'm friends with Erudite, mutual friends there. Destiny and I have a lot of mutual friends, but everyone keeps saying like Destiny. Oh my God, Dev's riding Destiny's coattails. Dev's like, dude, I have no, I don't have much of a connection to Destiny at all. I don't hate the man or anything, but I've spoken to him about 5 times in the past 3 years. I don't really know him. And of the 2 people that have come forward, I didn't really know who Pixie was up until a few weeks ago, and I've known Sherry, one of the other people who have come forward, for several years as well. And I've spoken to her maybe a dozen times in the past few years, and my interactions with both of these people, with both Destiny and Sherry, have been always positive interactions. It's one of those things where because of the Pro Jared situation, where Pro Jared had a whole bunch of people dogpile him with accusations, and I jumped on him too. That was 5 years ago or 6 years ago now, and I still think about it, and I still bring this up because it is Pro Jared is what was the turning point for me. It was the moment where my thinking completely switched on this, because with Pro Jared, he had a bunch of accusations. Everyone jumped on him immediately before even waiting to see if anything came out about them, and I did too. And it turns out that the accusations against Pro Jared were just they were wrong. They were just wrong, and no one cared. Everyone just wanted to dogpile him. Everyone wanted to take him down, and no one asked him for his take on things. And I if I had messaged Pro Jared, he probably would not have listened to me because I'm small time. But I regret not trying, And so I did eventually apologize to him, even if he probably never saw it. He probably doesn't even know who I am. But I apologized to him. I said, listen, I'm sorry because I made a mistake here. And I told myself at that point, I would not jump on these dog piles anymore. I will not. So for example, that's why I waited until all the details came out to talk about Chugga Conroy. I was following that story when it happened, but I waited 4 months because I wanted to make sure I had the whole story. I will not engage in dog piles anymore. All right. Now, I'm not saying that that means that Destiny's completely innocent. I'm not saying that Sherry is lying. I don't know what's happening here. But what I do know is I will not engage in dog piles anymore, period. So I'm going to wait for the story to come out, and then if it's interesting enough for a video, I will do a video on it. I've seen Pixie's allegations against him. I've seen Cherry's allegations against him. But I haven't seen Destiny's reply, and I haven't seen how the court stuff's gonna play out because it hasn't happened yet, right? So for me, the one who pressed charges was Cherry. And this again, I'm not saying that Cherry's lying. I'm not saying that Destiny's guilty or innocent. In fact, I think Destiny might have even like admitted to it, frankly. Murgler, this is not me. Like, Murgler, are you even listening to me? This is not me carrying water for him. I'm saying that regardless of who it is, I'm keeping my nose out of this until things play out. The Goodman JS. It's like Chuck Conroy situation. Matter of fact, that's what happened to me in high school. They claimed I drew a Nazi symbol in the bathroom. I didn't. Based. But yeah, like because I've spoken to Cherry about like a dozen times, I sent her a message saying, "Hey, listen, I don't know the full story here. I'm just sorry that you're going through it." I think that was fair to do, you know. And she said she appreciated it, and so that was a nice interaction. Um, but yeah, like also there's like here I'll give you the slightly more clippable take that I'm sure someone like our boy Ace will like make a video and run with it. Okay, but fuck it, let's have a little bit more controversy. Fuck it, okay. Here's Dev keeping Ace's channel alive. Um, from what I understand, at least a couple of Destiny's friends have said, yeah, he did it, but I'm still going to be his friend. I'm still going to stand by him. And for me, even though it's significantly more serious than something that like Chugga Conroy did with like going into girls' DMs and asking for feet pics and stuff, right? That kind of feels like Nintendo Capri Sun with Chugga Conroy because Nintendo Capri Sun said something like, "Yeah, dude, you fucked up, and I'm holding you to account for this. You did something wrong. You shouldn't be creeping in these girls' DMs." Okay, fair enough. But he also said, "You're still my friend, and I'm not going to turn my back on you because I want to see you get better." And I think at least one of Destiny's friends has said that yes, Destiny did this. Yes, it is his fault. Yes, he is guilty, but I want to see him get better. I know that this is the "there's still good in him" moment, right? And I mean, like, of course, there's moments where people do something that is so heinous that you must walk away from them, or like so just without the without excuse, right? But there's also moments where you realize that like someone has changed since then, or is in the process of changing, and so you understand. Yeah, maybe they got to get punished. Maybe they got to get legally punished. But also you say, hey, listen, you know, if you're truly sorry, if you actually are working on yourself and you are becoming a better person and you're not doing this again, then I'm not going to walk away from someone who's in the middle of a recovery arc, basically. You know what I mean? I mean, I've dealt with people who have like addiction problems in my life, or people who have gone to therapy for certain things, and I could simply be like, "Oh Jesus, you're terrible for what you're doing. Look at this shit," and then walk away. Or I could be like, "Listen, I see you're making an effort to try to get better, so I'm going to stick by you. You shouldn't be doing this. What you did was bad, but I'm going to stick by you." However, there also comes a point where someone's gone too far, and you're like, "Okay, listen, I can no longer associate with you because not only are you burning yourself down repeatedly, you're starting to burn me down too. So I got to walk away from this." So there is a line, but that's going to be something that's like very subjective, and it's going to be based entirely on like the type of friendship you have with the person. You know what I mean? So I don't I don't know exactly what's going on with this whole situation. I would not blame people for walking away from Destiny. I would not blame people for thinking that for knowing him well enough and then believing that he's trying to improve and sticking by him. Okay. And beyond that, I am just waiting to see what what happens. All right. That's that. You keep that in private. No, Dan and not so erudite made public not safe for erudite. Oh my god. Not so erudite made public declarations. I mean, yeah, but like at the same time, so did Nintendo Capri Sun. Actually, give me a second. Give me just a moment, okay? Mr. Hunter, $25. Mr. Dev, I've never donated before, but I've watched you since Gamergate. You're one of the smartest commentators I know. I personally value it greatly. Even if things are not going as you want, please stay the course. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hunter. I really appreciate that. Got it. Sorry. What's going on? Oh, sorry about that, dude. But thank you very much, Hunter. I really appreciate it. Your bot is spamming us on Discord about the stream. I don't fucking know what to do, man. Here, Twitch is broken. I'm just going to turn off the fucking Twitch stream. Because here, fuck you, Twitch. Fix your fucking self. No other fucking platform is doing this. Get some fucking structure. I just stumbled on the sip out of sheer luck. What do you mean? I'm doing it Sunday morning. That's sip time, baby. Here we are. Goodman. Hold on, they're scrolled away. Whoops. It's like Jared Conrad situation. Matter of fact, that's what happened to me in high school. Oh no, I already read that. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't think Ace's subs revenue will decline, Schnitzel. I think he'll keep going, but I do think that, like, I'm not the most popular thing he's talked about, but I'm currently one of those popular things he talks about. Yeah. Airdate is a fake liar all the way around. Is it like her very, very much? I don't. I think she's actually very real. Give me a second. Okay, hello. Hi, Dev. Hope you and your loved ones are okay. That stroke thing sounds very bad. I think things will be okay. Maybe. I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. Jesus. Okay, anyway. Ouch. Ouch. Oh. I'm just stretching. Oh. I know that Dave's shared some more recent news about Dom in the mod chat, but don't bring any of that up if you don't mind, guys. I think he still wants to keep it secret. I think there's... Wait, hold on. Who are you talking about, Carl? I think there's a real gamer behind her initial motivations, which is fully surrendered to the cottage industry and would be malicious. Are you talking about Not So Erudite? What do you mean? Anyway, that was my take on the Destiny drama. The TLDR basically is just, I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know the truth. I'm waiting to give a fully fledged take because I don't want to jump on a dog pile. Yeah. It's really as simple as that. Yeah. Oh my God, J-Mac. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the 50 memberships. Dude, that's incredible. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Why do you guys hate Not So Erudite so much? She's actually great. Come on. Seiki jokes, 5 pounds. Rather than the left's Joe Rogan, Destiny turned to be the left's Andrew Tate. Oh my God, dude. Jesus. On a serious note, I hope that Dom pulls through. God bless. Thank you very much. Thank you. Listen, what I will say, just to give everyone like a drop, a drop of news. Okay, things are still not good. However, they are better than we thought they would be, as Dave laid out in his initial post about what's happened with Dom. We're still very squarely in the not good part, but it is better than we thought. So who knows? Many of us who have been watching her responses to the drama, we dislike what we perceive as heavy sweeping, as far as my opinion goes, on Erudite. Well, I've like been friendly with her for like 2 years or 3 years now, so like I asked her about it myself, and I was just like, what's the story here? Like, what's your take of it? And she basically says like she cannot give hard takes until she disentangles herself legally from Destiny's business because she co-owns some component of it or something. So I was like, okay, I understand. I understand what's going on. But otherwise, like, I enjoy her content. I like her streams. I like her videos. I've spoken to her several times on stream. It's always been a good conversation. So I don't have anything negative to say about her. Also, hello, Lumi. You're lurking here. J Max sub bomb. Thank you very much, J Mac. I really appreciate that. The sub bomb revealed the lurkers. I would let Erudite step on my balls. Wow. Hold on. I'm just gonna snip that and fucking send it to her. Hold on. Dev when he lurks in the middle of the night to get a sandwich. Based. Based. Actually, you can't hide from JMac. I actually haven't seen JMac like in like a month or something. So welcome back. Welcome back to watching me, buddy. To be fair, I haven't been around much, right? Here, I'm just gonna quickly send this to her. So yeah, is that all the news? Is that all the things happening? We talked about Destiny's stuff. We talked about Destiny's stuff. We talked about a little update on the medical situation happening over here. We talked about what else? There's at least one other thing we talked about. Oh yeah, Trump's like first week. Yeah, we talked about that. Is that all? Yeah. Yeah, maybe. When do you join Arch and Sargon on stream? Listen, God, there's so many answers to that question. I know everyone's like, yay, we're free of the communist. Arch has kicked Dev off of the Archcast. The truth of it is, it's been primarily IRL stuff. All right. And I've already talked about the IRL stuff. You guys know what's going on. We don't got to go over it again. Um, um, so like I know like for example, Arch wanted me on last night, and I was like, no, I can't do it this time, man. Like IRL stuff's happening. And for those of you who still don't know the IRL stuff, just go to my my channel's, is it comments page or something? It's like the community announcements page. Go there. There's an announcement where Dave put down everything that's been happening IRL, and that's basically where we've been. Yeah. So, however, I do have the ability to come back to the Archcast pretty much whenever I want. As for Arch and Sargon, which is a different thing, I don't know. I haven't been invited to that, so it's not about me. You think the Democratic Party will learn good lessons or bad lessons from Trump going into the next 2 years? If they want to survive, they have to learn good lessons. All right? It's as simple as that. I think Brianna Wu is completely correct. Brianna Wu said something like, crazy trans activists online have completely marred the image of normal trans people and also the Democratic Party in the eyes of the normies, and that is part of what killed us in 2024. And that's true. That's completely fucking true. Completely true. You know, most trans people, in my experience, they simply want to transition and pass and then live normal lives. They don't want to be activists. They don't want to be fucking anarchists. They don't want to be like screaming about degeneracy on Twitter 24/7. They just want to be fucking normal people. Okay? And most of them are so pissed that the face of their movement, of their demographic, are the most extreme, like insane fucking people. Like here, I'll maybe I can give you like an example here. Give me a moment. Okay, where the fuck? Okay. Yeah, here, okay? This person. Here. I'll just bring it up real quick. So this person won in Stuttering Craig's Game Awards show. This person won, I think, Best Racing Game. Yeah. So this person here, like very clearly a very far left person, right? So honored to have won the coveted Anti-Woke Game Awards Best Racing Game category as a trans woman. It's so comforting to see them prioritize diversity, equality, and inclusion. To celebrate, I'm going to have gay sex with my faggot transgender dog girl. Okay, so everyone says, like, no one cares. See? No one cares. Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares that she's trans or that she's gay, or that she's doing any of this stuff. They just care that the game was good, right? No one cares about your demographics, about your race, about your gender, about the kind of sex you have. No one cares about any of this stuff. And in fact, this person's been hiding comments. We're like, yeah, see, this person hid the comment. It's almost like it doesn't matter what you are, and people just like the game. Yeah, the show isn't anti-woke, but it being acknowledged by actual gamers. Yeah, what matters is the game. No one cares if you're gay or trans in your personal life. Exactly, right? So, like, this person here, is kind of an example of what I'm talking about. Where like this is the crazy trans person who not this person specifically, not this individual, but this type of person is the type of person who has become the face of what being trans is. And that's bad because this is fucking insane. Right? Like, who cares? Who cares what kind of sex you have? I don't care. You have the right to do it. Everyone consents. Go ahead. I don't care. Right? I don't give a shit. But clearly they do. That's why they mentioned it. So it's one of those things where it's like, this person should not be the face of an entire demographic, right? She is no MLK for trans people because there's nothing like integrative about her. Meanwhile, Brianna Wu she calls herself integrative, which basically means that like she transitioned and now she lives as normal a life as possible. It can never be truly normal because trans women have to take hormones, etc. Like yeah, but like everything else about her life is normal, right? The hobbies she engages in, or how she makes money, what she does in her spare time, the relationships she has with people. These are all just very normal things. And that is, in my opinion, what the trans movement needs is fucking normal people who aren't screaming from the rooftops about how they're trans and how, they're deconstructing the gender binary or any of this bullshit. Just be normal. Just be fucking normal, dude. And until normalcy returns to both the trans movement and more broadly the Democratic Party, you're not gonna fucking get elected. Simple as that. It's simple as that. That was me answering Terrace's question. Are you jelly Nick Fuentes got the Destiny suck dev? Not really. Also, I'm not even sure that was him, dude. Okay, sketch. I do not care how woke the video game company is. I'm not spending $3 just so Stellar Blade can win a community award for Jiggle Physics. Fair enough. I understand. The Moist Loaf. Did you see Polyev's interview on CTV about economics? He's laid out some good stuff about tariffs and how he wanted to improve the economy. I mean, God, tariffs are such a bad idea, though, man. But thank you for the $5. I haven't seen that interview yet. Honestly, like, Trump's kind of becoming ridiculous in my opinion. The whole like, we're gonna bully Greenland out of Denmark. We're gonna fucking take over the Panama Canal. We're gonna invade Canada. It's like, dude, I do hope this is memes, because if Trump does that, like, the world's fucking cooked. Like, it's gonna be so fucking stupid. Like, obviously, Panama and Canada could not fight off a legitimate American invasion. We'd be done, right? But the worst part about it is, you would basically just be handing America's actual enemies a free reign to do whatever they want. Like, Trump, you guys are out here talking about like realist power games with Russia and how Ukraine is in like Russia's orbit and so therefore America should stay out of it. Meanwhile, America's going to invade its own allies? Like, it's the dumbest fucking shit, dude. $2. See Luna Trigger's comments. We were wrong on pre on what? PR John. Proton John. Okay. $10 from Tara Shavenko. Thank you very much. Oops. Hold on. Thank you very much, Tara Shavenko. Trump signed an executive order to declassify the JFK MLK files. The documents come public. Do you think it would be like when Geraldo Rivera opened up Al Capone's vault on live TV and found an empty room? Oh God, what if it is like that? That'd be fucking hilarious, dude. Dude, that would be so funny. That would be so funny. J Mac, that's kind of the problem. Greenland and Panama have huge implications for geopolitical strategy. Also, yeah, but here's the thing: they're already American allies, so why invade them, right? I don't like seeing troops being deployed, dude. Okay, I see so many like fell for it again awards for like right wingers who are pro Trump. It's, oh God. Oh man, like, okay, the right wing has become just really fucking terrible. Like, for example, wait, NSP and Emil have both talked about it. They told John to steer the ship publicly while they worked things out behind the scenes. John never actually threw Emil under the bus. Well, that's good then. That's good. I hold on. I was talking about something else. I was talking about, fuck, what was it? Greenland, something. I forget. It's how did I lose it that quickly? Oh well. Oh right. I saw like Elijah Schaefer. Like, this is like a very far right person in the States. He said that if you're black, you can't truly be an American. Like, Americans are only from European stock. And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? It's so fucking stupid. $5, Jasso Havens. From my friend's experience, the trans community is very pushy on prospective new members to transition and be representative of the community. Really? No way he actually said that. No, he said that directly. He said it. Yeah. Hold on. I'll put it up for you if you want. Can I find it? I just fucking retweeted it yesterday. Where did it go? Okay, I'll have to do like a one of them searches. Give me a moment. Yeah, here we go. Got it. Yeah. Americans are European ethnically. Everyone else is a guest. Not sorry. So, okay, dude. Listen, pretty sure black people are not European ethnically, and they're also American. And like here's his take on it, okay? Here's his take on it. You can be an American citizen and still not be ethnically American. There's a distinction. American is a new mixed European race, like being an Australian. I can become a Japanese citizen, so I'll be Japanese on paper, but I'm not actually Japanese, nor will ever be. They might accept me as Japanese, and my descendants might feel Japanese after many generations. That's a good thing, but not ideal for tons of Europeans to do this. Okay, so like this is true because Japanese is in fact an ethnic identity, right? But American isn't. American is not an ethnic identity. So no, it's so dumb. It's so fucking stupid, dude. Yep. American's European. If you're not European descent, you aren't American. Oh, man. So yeah, if you ever wonder why I'm not right wing, just because I'm not a leftist doesn't mean I'm not a fucking rightist either. These are insane fucking people, and I'm not part of any of this fucking bullshit. Jesus. I say Americans are better than European. Wow, Terrence. Send this Dave's way. Also, next video stream when? Fuck, man. Thank you for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. We wanted to come back sometime last week. Just other things happened. You know what's going on. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe. Day one of the Canadian annexation. Dev, I'm coming for you. I'll put you on my syrup plantation. I'll be the maple bake baron. You will super chat me. Thank you, Jasso Havens. Thank you very much, dude. Is there anything else to talk about? Maybe not. Maybe we should talk about some articles. Yeah. I did collect a few that we could talk about. But to be honest, I just mentioned the Archcast IRL things are happening. X John, check out my community post for it. I'll return at some point. Here. This is an article show. What do I got? Oh yeah, this shit. Oh my god. Nighttime erection data. from my 19-year-old son and me. His duration is 2 minutes longer than mine. Raise children to stand tall, be firm, and be upright. So, there's an app that measures the boners you pop in the middle of the night. Why would you be measuring this for both you and your son? Why? Like, one, why are you measuring this for yourself? Maybe there's some health reason. Okay. Why are you measuring your son's and then comparing it to yours? Okay? Why? Corona Soul, $5. I'm still hoping you'll stream a playthrough of Bloody Spell. I have no clue what we're doing when we come back. I want to react to that Xbox thing that happened last week that I missed, for sure. But other than that, I don't know what we're doing. I'm completely zeroed out on everything. TRG Scorpion, $5. Thank you very much. There's an American ethnicity on the census, but it's mostly just Southerners of British stock that have lost ties to the old world. Oh, really? Okay. Well, fair enough. I just didn't know. Are we talking about Kurt Eichenwald again? So yeah, guys, would you guys measure your erections with your son? Is this what you do? Is this what you fucking would do? God, it's so stupid. What do we got next? Residents have been ordered to pay $850,000 bond to appeal the Ohio derailment settlement. Jesus. Okay, so this happened several years ago. The Palestine, Ohio train derailment. Well, I did a video on it, and basically, there was like what turned out what happened was there was like a deregulation. It was actually one of Trump's deregulations, in fact, that made it so that certain brake types that were banned would be used again or something, which caused the train derailment. It's like, oops. But anyway, train derailment happened. Let's see. Residents challenging Norfolk Southern's $600 million settlement for the disastrous East Palestine train crash have asked a court to reject a judge's order requiring them to put up an $850,000 bond to continue their appeal for higher compensation and more information about the contamination. Okay. What are you talking about, Cinco? So I've noticed your night boners are lacking. Thanks, dude. Thank you. Okay. So nearly $300 million of the Norfolk Southern settlement has been on hold because of the appeal, even though a judge approved the deal in September. The holdout residents are urging the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals to stop them from having to put up the huge sum to continue with their claims stemming from the February 2023 derailment and fire. Was it 2021? Okay, well, whatever, I guess. Class action attorneys who negotiated with Norfolk Southern have said the appeal will add significant administrative costs for the firm's disbursing person injury payments to people who lived or worked within 20 miles of the derailment, even though $18 million has already been set aside for expenses. Okay, so what it sounds like, basically, and this is just what's going on here, yeah. What it sounds like is they've already come to a settlement. However, the people want more money. And the judge has said, okay, put up this bond to continue the case. And they're like, wait, we don't have the money to do it. But okay. It does seem like things are continuing with this story then. Okay. $2 from Terrace, thank you. Has Nazareth, PA been attacking East Palestine, Ohio? Thanks, man. Vegan bride uninvites all meat-eating family and friends from the wedding. We don't want to host murderers. Oh. All right. Imagine being uninvited to a wedding, not because you forgot to RSVP, but because your diet includes meat. That's exactly what happened. It went to most of the guest lists of an all-vegan wedding who were told they were murderers for being omnivores and therefore uninvited. Wow. So a 20-year-old bride took to a Facebook group called Vegan Revolution to share how she had uninvited any meat-eating people to her wedding. She wrote, "When family tries to guilt trip you into letting them come to your fully vegan wedding, even though they're omnivores." Bridezilla, bros. Just for some context, some family members were told they are not invited to my wedding because we don't want to host murderers at our wedding, which is supposed to be one of the happiest days of our lives. They have consistently attacked me and my partner just for being vegan. When I broke the news to them, all I got was attack because I don't want the weight of hosting people that still kill animals at my wedding on my conscience. Okay. She also wasn't going to allow guests to just eat vegan on the day. If they wanted to attend, they had to make a lifelong pledge to cut all animal products from their lives. I wouldn't feel comfortable if they just went back to eating meat the next day. I'm sorry if that makes me rude or a bitch because I'm not compromising my ethics. Oh. Well, there we go. The TikToker Amy Dickinson was one of the uninvited guests. Well, okay. Naturally, the bride's post blew up and thousands of comments came rolling in. So instead of using the occasion to showcase how awesome vegan food can be without forcing anyone, you decide to blackmail your entire family and hold the wedding invites hostage. There's a way to celebrate your marriage while remaining true to your lifestyle. Banning non-vegans is insane. Anyone who becomes vegetarian or vegan because they're forced to by other people are doing it for the wrong reasons and will probably become even bigger meat eaters once they realize what's happened. Can she shop in a store that has meat eaters? Can she shop in the store that sells meat? Can she eat in a restaurant? Sounds like you're involved in some sort of low-key cult, and this is how they separate you from your family. So yeah, like this is ridiculous, obviously, right? Like if you're a vegan, that's fine. If you want to have only vegan dishes at your wedding, okay, that's fine. It's your wedding, do what you want. You want to uninvite people because they're not vegan. I mean, again, your wedding, you do what you want. But yeah, people are gonna say this is dumb, and it is dumb, and it is fucking dumb. Thank God I don't have to go to your stuck-up vegan cousin's wedding. Will the husband uninvite the bride since she vowed to not eat his meat? Listen. You guys actually want your dick to get eaten, like Bobbit style? Come on. Trump hits the NIH with devastating freezes on meetings, travel, communications, and hiring. Researchers are currently facing a lot of uncertainty, fear, and panic. So, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. Let's, Jesus, let's get into it. Okay. President Donald Trump's return to the White House is already having a big impact at the $47.4 billion U.S. National Institute of Health, with the new administration imposing a wide range of restrictions, including the abrupt cancellation of meetings such as grant review panels. Officials have already ordered a communications pause, a freeze on hiring, and an indefinite ban on travel. The moves have generated extensive confusion and uncertainty at the nation's largest research agency, which has become a target for Trump's political allies. The impact of the collective executive orders and directives appears devastating. Damn. Is it not vegan if she swallows? Thanks, Jess. That happens. Thank you. Today, for example, officials halted midstream at a training workshop for junior scientists, called off a workshop on adolescent learning minutes before it was to begin, and canceled meetings of 2 advisory councils. Panels that were scheduled to review grant proposals also received 11th hour word they would not be meeting. This kind of disruption could have long ripple effects, says Jane Liebeschietz, an opioid addiction researcher at the University of Pittsburgh, who posted on Blue Sky about the canceled study sections. Even short delays will put the United States behind in research. Colleagues are feeling a lot of uncertainty, fear, and panic. The hiring freeze is government-wide, whereas a pause on communications and travel appears to be limited to the Department of Health and Human Services. Such pauses are not unprecedented when a new administration comes in, but some NIH staff suggested that these measures, which include pulling job ads and rescinding offers, are more extreme than previous. Okay, so what it seems like what's going on here is that, this is a short pause to allow the new team to set up a process for review and prioritization. Yeah, so this also happened with when Biden took power in 2020. there was a short pause. They figured out what they were doing. They retooled to fit Biden's agenda going forward, and then they kept going. So part of that is definitely going to be this, for sure. However, it is, as they say, it is going more extreme than before, and there probably will be good things that are actually cut. The example I can think of right now is that Trump's this group is already no longer reporting on bird flu numbers. And that did come from Trump. I think Trump at one point was like, "Yeah, okay, this is kind of crazy. Let's not talk about this in public." And it's like, well, hold on, you can't just hide it. All right, that's kind of ridiculous. Also, someone asked earlier, Dev, do you have a Blue Sky account? Yes, I do, and you should have an account on every alternate social media if you're a YouTuber or a streamer or whatever, just in case one of them actually blows up and you want to use it. Let's continue. Adorable 7-year-old girl was killed by a migrant 2 months after he was released from jail. Damn. A Venezuelan migrant that could have been deported over 2 months ago was charged with a late-night drunk driving crash in Texas that killed a young girl. This guy's name is Chachin. Okay, Chachin, 41, was charged with intoxicated manslaughter, a felony punishable by at least 2 years in prison, for the December 21st crash in North Houston that killed 7-year-old Ivory Smith. However, this was not the illegal migrant's first run-in with the law. Chachin had already spent 113 days in jail earlier this year for assaulting a family member. He was arrested for that assault in June. Then when he was released on September 24th, he was put on an ICE hold, court records showed. However, those court records also shockingly indicate that the ICE hold was lifted for some reason, allowing him to walk free and then allegedly drive drunk. Fox 26 Houston could not get an answer out of ICE's Houston office on what led the immigration hold being lifted. The Houston division did, however, lodge an immigration detainer against Chachin with the Harris County Jail on December 4th, 3 days after the crash that killed Ivory and seriously injured her mother. So here's the little girl that was killed, it looks like. R.I.P. And here's the driver of the car. Yeah. Joel Enrique Gonzalez Chachin from Venezuela. Damn, dude. So yeah, like, what the fuck happened here? Why was the hold lifted? Like, that's bullshit, man. $5 from Terrace, thank you. Regardless of migrant versus native criminals, I don't like this phenomenon in Western countries of repeatedly arresting and releasing the same people. Yeah, I agree. That, like, and everyone says, "Oh, it's Biden's over." No. The problem is local level prosecutors that keep letting these people off. That needs to fucking stop. It's not Biden. America is not a top down system. When you a lot of these positions are actually elected too. So if you're electing like a local prosecutor who keeps letting people off, you got to get him out of that fucking office. I'm too hot to date. Men are intimidated by me. It's a curse. This is her. Hold on. No one talks about how hard it is to be literally so hot that you can't get a boyfriend because all men are extremely intimidated by and scared of you. Like, yeah, you're pretty good looking, but like 10 out of 10? No. I mean, would, but I'm not intimidated by you. I don't know, man. Wait, Indirect Soda. If you think I'm dumb, why are you fucking here? God damn it. $5 from Starhawks. I was planning on applying for a big NIH fellowship this year with very low acceptance rates. This doesn't sound good for my chances of getting it. Yep, it sounds like you're fucked, dude. Okay. Here she is. Yeah, she's all right. Yeah, would. Okay. I'm too sexy for my date. Good looks seem like they guarantee someone a romantic partner. However, one California TikTok influencer claims that she's so hot men won't date her because they're allegedly intimidated by her beauty. She lamented her gorgeous aesthetics in a TikTok video with over 3.7 million views. Yeah. Okay. You know, like you're cute, sure, but I don't know if I want to date you. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, seems too high influence for me. You know, like sorry, high maintenance. Yeah. I mean, would still do, but no, too high maintenance for me. There's like nothing else to this. It's just I think it's just like to advertise for fucking TikTok. Jesus. Okay, whatever. Let's keep moving. Starmer and Badnox lunchtime sandwich split. Here's a bone to toss at the Brit Bongers. Apparently, this woman is the new Conservative Party leader. I think is that what's going on? I think so. Some voters complain that politicians are all the same, but now a clear difference has emerged between two main party leaders. The Conservative Party leader Kemi Badnoch said, "Lunch is for wimps. I have food brought in and I work and eat at the same time. There's no time. Sometimes I get a steak. I'm not a sandwich person. I don't think sandwiches are real food. It's what you have for breakfast. I would not touch bread if it's moist. You know what? That's based, dude. What are you having for lunch today? A steak, Giga Chad. Yeah. Or fuck lunch. I'm just gonna work through Giga Chad. Awesome. So Keir Starmer viewed sandwiches as a great British institution. He was surprised to hear that the leader of the opposition has a steak brought in for lunch. The Prime Minister is quite happy with a sandwich lunch. Starmer enjoys a tuna sandwich and occasionally a cheese toastie. Okay. Hold on. What? Wait, Nigel Farage. Yeah, he's well known for boozy lunches. He's Nigel Farage said he thought lunch was pretty cool as he sipped from a glass of red wine. What are you having for lunch, bro? Booze. So hold on. Wait. Jim Winship of the British Sandwich Association. There's a British Sandwich Association? What the fuck? This is rubbish, isn't it? We eat 3.5 billion commercially made sandwiches every year. Sandwiches are a part of our heritage. Okay. Okay. That's really funny. This is so stupid. The politics of sandwiches. Everything's political, bro. Do you consider soup to be slop by definition? Not really, no. No, I don't think so. Adam Unfriended, $20. Thank you very much, dude. Dev, regarding Wick TV's stream, your idea about media being competency versus ideology works in theory, but in reality, it's about passion for media versus ideology. Competence matters less than the passion that drives creation. I mean, kind of. You still got to be good at it, though. You still got to be good at it. But thank you very much for the $20. I appreciate it. $5. Grassroots hegemon. If I had to eat English food, I'd have booze for lunch too. Okay, hold on. Dominic Raab. He has a chicken Caesar and bacon baguette, a superfruit pot, and the vitamin volcano smoothie every day. He is so weird. It's the Dom Raab special. And he's now getting free offers of sandwiches from Subway. Like, what a ridiculous article, dude. The UK is cooked. It's fun though. It's fun, but it's cooked. Barron Trump disappoints NYU girls with his devotion to his first love. So, Barron Trump is currently attending New York University. Okay. Corona Soul, $5. I finally have a platform to run for office on. Hot dogs are not sandwiches. Nice. Thank you. So Barron Trump's attending New York University, and there's like girls who are trying to hit on him, and he has a first love already, guys. While many college-age boys are focused on partying and meeting girls, Donald Trump's 18-year-old son has something else on his mind: video games. Ever since the 6'9", holy fuck, 6'9", ever since the 6'9" teenager stood by his father's side at his victory rally following the 2024 election win, fans have been obsessing over him online and trying to uncover every detail about his life. But despite his newfound popularity, it has now been revealed that Barron, who recently started as a freshman at New York University, prefers to stay in his room and play video games rather than socialize with his fellow students. Based. Multiple NYU attendees told TMZ that they said the teen spends little time on campus. He always sits in the back of classroom, and he moves quickly from the school buildings to his waiting SUV. He hardly exists. They added that he was always surrounded by Secret Service members, which made it difficult for Barron to have a normal college experience. But there is one way he's connected with his classmates: through his love of video games. Yeah, look at this guy. He's like a fucking titan. Okay. Barron has been asking NYU students for their Discord usernames and gamer tags to play together online. As for his game of choice, he said it's FIFA. FIFA. Dude, play a real game. Fuck you. No more Barron love in this chat. Play Marvel Rivals or some shit. Terrace, thanks for the $5. In the article about the UK knife killer being called the Amazon Killer by the Sun for buying his knife on Amazon. On your list for articles today? No, it's not, Terrace. I'm sorry. It's not there. He's playing FIFA. In the end, his classmates describe him as chill and friendly. Donald has been open about how his son is a big fan of gaming in the past. Immediately disappointed. Grumble, 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 grumble. Wait, hold on. He plays Clash of Clans. That's a little bit better, isn't it? It's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Clash of Clans. That's okay. Here he is as a baby. Yeah, it's a mobile game, but it's better than fucking FIFA, dude. Come on. Anything else about gaming? Anything else about gaming? Gaming? Anything else about gaming? Well, still. I have this picture of Barron Trump of like doesn't party, ignores girls, stays in his fucking dorm room all day just playing video games, turns into an incel. He's on 4chan way too fucking much. He needs to be doing Deadly Premonition speedruns if he wants to become president. Based. Okay. 13 years late, George R.R. Martin admits he may never finish Winds of Winter. Well, here we are. While George R.R. Martin is excited... Okay, hold on. Do you think some of Arch's audience will turn on him? Why would they, Sparks? Is something going on over there? While George R.R. Martin is excited about the upcoming HBO Hedge Knight series, after some sparring with the House of Dragon showrunners last season, he admits things are kind of absurd with the release of his next book, The Winds of Winter. When asked about the status of Winds of Winter, as he is in every interview, he had this to say: "Unfortunately, I'm 13 years late. Every time I say that, I'm like, how could I be 13 years late? I don't know. It happens a day at a time. But it's still a priority. A lot of people are already writing obituaries for me. They're saying, oh, he'll never be finished. Maybe they're right. I don't know. I'm alive right now." Is he like fucking 80? No, he's 76. There is always speculation about Martin's health at 76, and if The Winds of Winter released tomorrow, Another 13-year gap would put him at 89 for the final book in the series, A Dream of Spring. The idea that he will ever actually finish Winds of Winter, much less the series, seems increasingly like a dream. Well, yep, Martin is no longer giving hints about how far he is into the book, how much is left. If the book does come out, how much is going to diverge from the later seasons of Game of Thrones, which had to go beyond the source material? If he dies, is there going to be any sort of contingency plan for anyone else finishing the series? We just don't know, and it's easy to be frustrated with Martin for failing to deliver. Yet the man can do what he wants with his own time in his own series. Fundamentally, he doesn't owe anyone anything. Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. But people are gonna be disappointed for sure. Wait, Arch basically made a video not shitting on Kingdom Come 2 controversy, or giving a feasible stance besides woke, sabotage it. Yeah, dude, the anti-woke people are going too far at this point. I think going too far. Yeah, dude, finish your fucking book, fat ass. Figure it out. Okay. Hey, look who it is. It's the thumbnail girl. Let's talk about it. Woman called stupid after allowing her fiancé to tattoo her face on impulse. Alita Thoburn, 20 years old, has more than 50 hours of ink on her body and has always dreamed of having a face tattoo from a young age. But she did not expect to get it when she did. So she says she regrets nothing about her impulsive decision to get a face tattoo, despite often being judged by strangers as stupid and a criminal. Since the age of 8, she's harbored a passion for tattoos. It was during a session with her fiancé, Jonathan Saunders, who's 37. That's what the age gap, 17-year-old age gap. Okay. Jonathan Saunders was tattooing her arm, that they spontaneously chose to extend the design onto her face. The striking ink stroke reaches down to her collarbone, merging with her other tattoos. So yeah, here she is. All this stuff here, then it just goes up and onto her fucking head. It's like, okay, well, there you go. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Carl. I mean, some of these are nice, and she's cute, but the face, this is ridiculous. Okay. Despite online trolls criticizing her for ruining her face and claiming nobody's going to be with her, the brush-like inking remains one of Alita's favorites. She expressed her frustration with the stigma around tattoos, saying, "I don't understand why people always thought that tattoos meant you're a thug or a criminal. I always thought it could be something positive, like a memorial or something you simply enjoy. I'm lucky to have a face tattoo." Okay. Well, there we go. About the unexpected tattoo session, she added, "I did not know it was going to happen. It just felt right. I don't have any regrets about it." She began her journey into tattooing at 14, using a stick and poke kit she bought online. By 18, she started an apprenticeship and now works full-time at a studio. With over 50 hours under her belt tattooing her body, she took her plunge with her first face tattoo. Okay, yeah. And there she is. Here's how she was before. Here's how she is now. Okay. She's now added flowers to the tattoo to make it look more feminine. She adores her tattoo, but she admits that she has received a lot of backlash, both online and in person, with people telling her that you've ruined your face and no one's going to want to be with you. Yeah, but she already has a boyfriend, though. But, okay, here. She's cute. I don't even necessarily mind face tattoos if they're done really well. I think this one's just done very poorly. This is like a bad design, in my opinion. But I mean, if she works in tattooing, well, she's already in the business. So okay. This is why Hollywood is race swapping gingers. Okay, there you go. And finally, a dog meat restaurant owner dies just days after discovering that he has rabies. A dog meat restaurant. Okay. 33-year-old Nguyen Van B frequently butchered dogs and cats for his restaurant. However, the man was exposed to the rabies virus, and many believe it happened while it was handling an infected dog. He initially sought medical care after experiencing fatigue and breathing difficulties. He was then diagnosed with rabies. Despite treatment, the man requested to leave the hospital to return home. While at home, his condition worsened, leading to severe rabies symptoms, including agitation, frothing at the mouth, muscle spasms, and confusion. He eventually succumbed to his illness. Well, how about don't just eat random fucking dogs you pick off the street? There's not much to the story. Just like idiot butchers dogs, eats rabies dog, dies of rabies. Wow. I guess you're fucking stupid. Okay. And there we go, chums. Okay. Oh my god. We almost hit the goal today. Thank you very much, guys, for all the support. We're 7 super chats away from the goal, and I really appreciate everything you guys have pitched into the pot today. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best, I will say. Yeah, I mean, yeah, with J-Max I hit it for sure. Like, but here's the thing: the goal counter does not count memberships. It doesn't, unfortunately. Is that the guy who owns a dollar meat store? Yeah. Listen, I know I've been gone. Those of you who pay attention to what I do, you guys know why I've been gone. Videos are coming. Trust me. In between doing everything else that's been happening, I've been able to do a lot of writing and research. So it's coming. It's coming. You'll see the return of the devs soon enough. Starship Troopers voice. I'm doing my part. I appreciate it, Trash Panda, but it only counts for 5 and over. I'm sorry. But thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Actually, I gotta go figure out with one of my artists about. I ordered some art for, in fact, for the trucker video. I gotta go figure out where it is. I gotta go bug him. Oh yeah, I accidentally reported Sinenko. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Wait, Alberta released its COVID task force report and Pure Blood's win. Did you share that with me? I want to see it. Gib. Yeah, I do sometimes watch other channels too, Corona. Like, I'm around. Yeah, I'm around. Here. Let's go raid metal, all right? Get your coffee cups ready. I'll give one more for Dave. Everyone super chat for Dave and his GF. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Coffee cups ready. Let's go yell at metal about some nonsense. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. I love you.